Hinduism has forced people to seek dignity outside of Hinduism and insisted that conversion is a matter of individual choice. People have the right to do it if they want to. Listen in.
ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲವರು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯ ಪರಿಣಾಮವಾಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಿಂದೂ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ? ಸಮಾನ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಸಮಾನತೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಸ್ಪೃಶ್ಯತೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂತು? ನಾವು ಹುಟ್ಟಾಕಿದ್ವಾ?
ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ, ಅಸಮಾನತೆ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ.
ಯಾರ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ಲಪ್ಪ,
ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ.
ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ್ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲರೂ ಇರಲಿ, ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯನ್ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲರೂ ಇರಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ಅಥವಾ BJP ಅವರು ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋದು ಅವರು ರೈಟ್.
Now the BJP has responded, slamming Siddaramaiah's comments, accusing him of insulting Hinduism and pushing an anti-Hindu agenda under the garb of social justice. C.T. Ravi, BJP leader, has shot off an open letter. State BJP President B.Y. Vijayendra also slamming Siddaramaiah on social media, alleging that his mindset is against Hindu dharma and Indian culture altogether. BJP leaders have also questioned why Siddaramaiah stays silent on issues with regards to Islam, like women being barred from mosques or triple talaq, reminding him that it was Prime Minister Modi who in fact had abolished triple talaq, giving marriage rights to Muslim women. Congress ministers have defended the Chief Minister. IT-BT Minister Priyank Kharge has said Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, Lingayatism all emerged because Hinduism failed to give dignity to the marginalized. In fact, citing Ambedkar, Priyank has called these religions as responses to inequality. Remarks have triggered a larger debate now that goes beyond politics, raising several questions on caste and faith and identity. BJP calling this an absolute attack on Hinduism. The Congress says it's all fight for equality. Let me bring in our panelists on board to give us a little sense on what Siddaramaiah has said. Is it justified? Ratan Sharda, author and political analyst, joining us. Pankaj Sharma, senior journalist, Hindu ideologue. Bhaskar Rao, BJP spokesperson. Thank you, all of you. Ratan Sharda, since you are aware of the tenets of Hinduism, would you give us a sense on what Siddaramaiah has said? He says if there wasn't untouchability, why would people convert? If there wasn't a caste discrimination, why would people convert? Conversion is people's rights. It was a statement that came in from Siddaramaiah, which is no surprise. He has taken that line even in the past. And today it seems like a clear message to the media. Could it be political? We'll discuss that later. But the essence of what he said.
See, Nabila, first of all, Hindus have never shied away from accepting the weakness of Hindu society. They are the only society which fights for reforms. Even high caste people fight for the reforms for the lowest caste people, as they are called by the casteist people. And they have been able to remove many inequalities. They have been able to remove many differences by themselves reforming. But will Siddaramaiah speak against those people who refuse to reform? Will he say that 14th century, 7th century laws are still infallible and will not speak about it? Is inequality only in Hindu Dharma, not in Islam and Christianity? Is there no the higher people and lower people in Christian countries? There are. Everywhere the difference of the inequality is there in some measure or other. But just to target Hindus, because they are only playing both politics, if I would ask him if they believe that people who convert because they are tired of the untouchability and casteism, why is he fighting for reservation in those religions? Because in those religions, there is to be no casteism, there is to be no inequality. So you should not be giving reservation to those people who have converted because they believe they have been discriminated into the Hindu Dharma. That is the hypocrisy these people have. And also his attempt always to keep on splitting Hindu votes and getting a bulk vote of minority is proven by the splitting of Lingayat and Gokaligas. His attempt at creating chaos in the Dharmasthala, which was purely a witch hunt. His way of supporting people who call it malaria, dengue, and all that. Distortions came in Hinduism during the slavery period. But are we going to say that we will say Brahmins and Hindus are always responsible for what is happening today when it comes to invaders? It's not Tipu Sultan as a hero. We will say that why should you blame today's Muslims for what happened in 800 years back? So either you say historically we who are ready to reform should not be blamed. If you blame, then blame everybody for everything that happened 1,000 years back or 700 years back. And show me one society which is openly reforming itself, where every saint is accepted and worshipped, who fights against casteism, who fights against these kind of ill practices.
Right, sir. The question here is that he is speaking in a Hindu majority nation. And he is speaking in a nation where it's frowned upon. When conversion has happened rampantly. It has happened rampantly.
Yes.
And therefore it's frowned upon.
See, why conversion is opposed? Only when it is done by allurement and by fraud. We know it is happening by allurement and fraud. We know crores of rupees coming every day. Some FCR is stopped because it's used for conversion. By all the kind of superstitions, whether in Punjab or in Karnataka or Hyderabad, that is what we oppose. We are not opposing those people who themselves choose to change their religion, but to encourage conversion by allurement, by fraud, by superstition. That is not acceptable at all, because you are actually creating violence against the very spirit of the person. Because after conversion, you are told to disown your relatives. You are told to break images. You are told to burn your scriptures. That is what you oppose, because that creates hate. That creates a violence in the mind of the people. That is what is wrong. But he will never speak of inequality in Islam and Christianity.
Let me bring in Nizam Faujdar. He is also part of the Congress. His own chief minister in Karnataka has made the statement. Nizam Faujdar, how would you justify that? Of course, the BJP claims this is absolute insult to Hinduism. If anything, Siddaramaiah will not have the courage to talk about Islam or Christianity. The dirt that happens within the other two religions, why doesn't he not talk about that? Why is he targeting Hinduism?
Nabila, Mr. Ratan speaking in such language only shows that how insecure these people are feeling. I'm sure Mr. Ratan Sharda is basically a paid analyst of the BJP. The reason is because he seems to be coming. Listen to me. I never spoke about you. I didn't interrupt you, Mr. Sharda. I did not interrupt you. Let me speak. Come on, hold on.
Nizam, just to set the record straight. Just to set the record straight.
I speak to you the way I speak.
All right, not at all. Just to set the record straight, Nizam.
I will speak the way I want to speak.
All right, you know.
I will expose you the way I want to expose you. I will expose your mentality. I will expose the way you think.
First apologize. I will not allow to speak.
Nabila, I need.
No, but you can't make personal comments, Nizam, and expect a retort not to come. A personal retort is not appreciated.
Let me come back to the subject. Let me come back to the subject. The question is, the question is,
either it apologizes or leave the debate.
It's only fair.
Ratan, I don't think
it's only fair, Nizam, that you don't take personal
jides.
You called me a paid analyst.
I don't think so, Mr. Ratan Sharda has ever written a book about the social justice. How you give justice to the people who have been subjugated, how they have been crushed for thousands of years. He will not write a book.
None of them are going to understand what either of you are saying. Nizam, for the moment, for the sake of the debate, Nizam, for the moment and for the sake of the debate, I think you should withdraw personal comments. I think that's just only fair. Just withdraw your personal comment. That's only fair, because we respect Mr. Ratan Sharda. We've invited him here on our debate as an independent.
I didn't say you paid. I didn't say you paid.
You said paid and
it's only fair. Nizam, it's only fair you withdraw your statement. I request you. That's it. Let's end this here. Withdraw the statement.
What do you want me to say?
He wants you to withdraw the statement. Say it how you want to.
Okay, let me put it this way. I think he's not paid by the BJP, but he's being tilted towards the BJP. So he's speaking in favor of BJP.
Ask anybody on the panel
Mr.
whether
Ratan,
this
now
is the right
please keep
language.
quiet. I know
All right,
how
you know
feel.
what? I'll have to shift focus because clearly
How?
this is not working.
You
I'll have to
cannot
shift
start
focus.
debate like this. You
Let
cannot
me
insult
bring in
one
our
of the
BJP
argument.
spokesperson, Mr. Bhaskar Rao.
Either have
Mr.
an
Bhaskar
argument
Rao,
or
if I
don't.
could please tone down the audio.
When you cannot.
Mr. Bhaskar Rao, I apologize for that, but please, your take on Siddaramaiah's statement here. We know that Siddaramaiah has been very pro minorities, but that does not mean what he said today was entirely wrong. The country, India, allows conversion rights to people, and he said the obvious. Why is the BJP firing at him? Why does it sound like it is minority appeasement and Hindu shaming?
See, the argument which Siddaramaiah is taking is absolutely a political argument over there. In fact, the government, instead of concentrating on development, is dividing and subdividing and micro-dividing people like anything. In the last 2 years, you have seen Siddaramaiah, in the name of social, educational and economic survey, he has made the third attempt. Now the latest one is there with 1,400 categories. He says Brahmin Christians, Lingayat Christians, Kurba Christians. Means it is an open invitation for people to leave Hinduism and go to other communities. Okay, is this the way? Such a big majority has been given to you. 136 seats have been given. Is this the way to treat the majority community? Just because the majority community is today protesting on, is protesting only on the net, or protesting on the social media. Tomorrow it will come on the streets over there. In fact, all communities have got a right to peacefully coexist over there. And if this kind of rampantly appeasing, going across the board, recently he came out with the cabinet decision of saying that we are saving 398 crores only for the development of Muslim community. Actually, you are not doing any good to the Muslims. You are only driving away the Muslims away from the Hindus over there. And Muslims should themselves reject. They should ask for even-handedness. And when the example of which he has given today also, it is actually does long-term harm to the Muslims over there. Muslims and Hindus at the local level, they live peacefully.
But why do you say this is long-term harm to the Hindus, sir? Why are you looking at it as an anti-Hindu remark rather than pro-equality? If he's spoken about caste hierarchy, caste discrimination, untouchability, these are facts and realities. I'm not saying that there isn't dirt in Islam and Christianity, but he's spoken specifically of Hinduism, and what he said is recorded.
Inequality prevails in all religions. It is there in Islam, it is there in Christianity, it is there everywhere over there. But this kind of rampantly making out a case in which, okay, you can all go that side, there is inequality in Hinduism, is absolutely unacceptable over there. You are only creating more anger.
Nabila.
The time being, Muslims may feel very happy that he's.
If you're going to promise not to make personal remarks, it's not going to be encouraged. I request you no personal remarks. But
Muslims will turn against ordinary Hindus by this attitude of Siddaramaiah.
Yeah. So Nizam, if you can tell me what prompted Mr. Siddaramaiah to make a statement like that out of the blue today? What prompted Mr. Siddaramaiah to make the statement out of the blue, Nizam?
Are you done with me or?
Sir, no, we want you, please. I'm just basically trying to bring a mix here.
भास्कर भाई थोड़ा हमारी भी बात सुन लीजिए।
नहीं बोलिए प्लीज।
हाँ जी, तो मुझे बोलने दीजिए। Let me speak out. Siddaramaiah's statement is pro-equality and not anti-Hindu. BJP is twisting to basically safeguard its vote bank. I'll tell you why. For thousands of years, the society has been divided into multiple facets. It could be from a demographic point of view, it could be from the caste point of view, it could be from a language, it could be from anything and everything. Thousands. And the BJP's mentality here is to basically scare the larger Hindu population, saying that the Congress is working against you. Now you have to understand a few things. Bhaskar bhai, hold on. Bhaskar bhai, hold on.
Request you to please fix your internet connection. We're not able to see you. Nizam, you've got to fix your internet connection. But yeah, Mr. Bhaskar.
मुसलमानों को डराने का आप डराते हो मुसलमानों को. We are the ones who want them to on an equal footing. You scare the Muslims over there. You scare them saying that अगर मेरे साथ नहीं रहोगे, बीजेपी के साथ रहोगे, बीजेपी तुमको बर्बाद कर देगी. Do you think there is equality in your community in Islam? There is so much of social.
I'll tell you. Listen. Hold on, Bhaskar bhai.
Don't out only for the
Bhaskar
Hindu.
bhai.
And Siddaramaiah's mental attitude has always been, he thinks that Hinduism belongs only to BJP and it doesn't belong to him. So जानबूझ के अभी आप जो कैटेगरी बना के रखते
सुनिए
हैं,
सुनिए भास्कर भाई आपने बहुत कुछ कह दिया, मुझे कहने दीजिएगा।
फौजदार साहब,
लेट मी स्पीक।
पहले माफी
भास्कर
मांगिए।
भाई 2 मिनट आप
पहले
रुकिए,
माफी
हमारी बात तो
मांगिए।
सुनिएगा। आप सिर्फ आप ही बोलेंगे तो हम क्या करेंगे?
पहले माफी मांगिए।
आप 2 मिनट, आप 2 मिनट रुकिएगा,
पहले
हम
माफी
बताते
मांगिए।
हैं। लेट मी स्पीक टू यू, लेट मी टेल the Siddaramaiah।
No, third one
भास्कर भाई
actually
होल्ड ऑन, भास्कर भाई होल्ड ऑन।
करना चाहते
भास्कर
हो।
साहब,
You are dividing and
आपको मैंने 3 बार रिक्वेस्ट कर लिया अभी।
लोगों को एक
पुलिस कमिश्नर रह चुके हैं, मेरी बात तो सुनिएगा आप।
You are only making dividing it. And don't talk about Hinduism as surrounding.
Nabila, do I get a chance to speak, yes or no?
But
You do get a chance. We also have Pankaj, waiting for his
I
turn.
need to finish. I need to wait. I just
in
need
the
to
long
make
term,
a small. If you have asked
Okay.
me, if you have asked the Congress party,
Okay,
or a
finish.
statement by a Congress chief minister, you don't allow me to speak, then there is
Finish,
no point
finish.
in
Go
me.
on. But you see, you derailed by making personal pot shots. It was not on me. Don't blame
When
it on
did I?
me. You
Oh my
derailed.
God.
That's not appreciated. No personal pot shots. Go on.
Okay,
Complete
listen.
your statement.
Okay, my question is, when the BJP is deflecting a loss of its vote bank to basically say it's a anti-Hindu or it is anti-Sanatan, the simple fact is, when people like Mr. Bhaskar, people like Mr. Ratan Asharda, or anybody from across the spectrum who have been born in an upper caste, who have got the benefits of the best of the society, they do not understand what the untouchability is, the kind of atrocities they go through, the kind of social problems they go through, the kind of social discrimination they go through, the kind of, the separatism, the separatist
So just a
behavior
question,
they
what
go through.
prompted Siddaramaiah to make that statement today? Is there any event coming up?
Hold on.
What
Yeah,
prompted him?
perfect. Very perfect question. Perfect question. Can Mr. Sharda?
Yeah, go on. You please. We are listening to you, Nizam. What prompted Siddaramaiah to make that statement
I'm
today?
telling you, listen. When Mr. Basavanna was speaking about the same untouchability, when Mr. Pariyar was speaking about untouchability, did these people have that kind of courage? It's the same line Mr. Siddaramaiah is speaking. Siddaramaiah is the only person, the only leader who speaks about equality. He speaks about the Ahinda. He speaks about the social justice. He speaks about every person being equal at all the levels. It could be the education, it could be the job, it could be the
You are
economical
changing
reform.
Shivajinagar bus stand, Shivajinagar metro name to St. Mary. Is that true?
Let it be. What's wrong in it? Why do you get personal about everything? What is the question about being personal about everything? Why do you feel you get
Pankaj, maybe Pankaj could come in on this. I request you to hold on. Pankaj, your take on this, because clearly there's heightened emotions and it'll be difficult for me to cut through them. You've got to make your effort.
BJP, RSS are inborn enemies of truth. Since Siddaramaiah is telling the truth, they are duty bound to find fault with him, denounce him. Are there any two opinions about the fact that had there been no inequality in Hindu religion, there would have been no conversions? Untouchability has been a bitter fact within Hindu society for centuries. Though the situation has improved a lot, untouchability still exists, and we all know it. Dalit Christians, Lingayat Christians, Vokalinga Christians, all these things are also a reality. Hindu religion, in fact, failed to give dignity to these to some groups. See, the process of religious conversion has manifold dimensions, so it cannot be sketched out in a single line. Uniform pattern of conversion from Hinduism to Islam, Christianity, Jainism, and Buddhism can be ascertained on a different phases time
Why do you want
in
reservation
different
of
geographical locations.
You should give up
Because of the
reservation of
tendency of politicizing everything for vote politics these days, the issue of conversion is unnecessarily being played up by Hindu forces. VHP, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, said in 2016 that 8 lakh Hindus convert to other religions every year. This means, forget before 2016, but in last 9 years only, at least 72 lakh Hindus have converted to other religions. Do you think in Narendra Bhai Modi's 11 years of Hindu Rashtra, around 1 crore Hindus have quit their religion? This is height of rumor mongering. Let me tell you a very interesting fact. According to official figures for the year 2020 for Kerala, the biggest gainer in terms of new converts was Hinduism. People who embraced Hinduism constituted 47% of religious conversions in Kerala in 2020. This is the fact. So I mean,
Okay.
just
So as we're short on time, a quick word from Ratan Sharda on that.
Does Mr.
Last
Pankaj
word
Sharma
for me.
believe that 100 million people who died during Mughal rule and invaders' rule died because they wanted to convert but Hindus didn't allow them to convert? Was the genocide based on casteism? It was not. So are you saying that in Punjab when they do Changai Sabha and nearly 20% is supposed to change, are you saying it is because of casteism only? There is no superstition there. There is no kind of any kind of fraud being perpetrated there. Have you opposed any superstition Sabha of Christians? You have not. Have you talked about injustice on Christian women in clergy? Have you talked about atrocities of women in Islam? You have not. Have you talked about Pasmanda and Ashrafas? You have not. Those people who claim to be working for Muslims, all of them are generally Ashraf class. None of them are
Nizam,
Pasmanda class. And
Nizam,
as far as
why
we are
aren't your
concerned,
own leaders
we
talking about the
Hindus
Muslim
go and involve
community's
everybody. I
vices?
have worked in every locality. Don't tell me that I don't know about untouchability. Don't tell me I not work for untouchability against casteism. I have worked all my life. So don't try to put your own ideas on others. Don't try to impose your worldview, which is blind
Okay,
onto
we
others.
heard you, sir.
Again,
Nizam,
apologize.
why is there no talk about Muslims not allowing women inside mosques, triple
Who
talaq
said
menace?
that? Are Nabila, who said that women are not allowed in the
Most
mosque?
mosques they're
There
not
is a
allowed.
separate section. No, there are separate
You
sections
oppose triple
within
talaq
the mosque for the
reforms.
women to come and
You
pray.
oppose
Now
Some
let
triple
me
mosques,
come
talaq
back.
only
reforms.
some mosques. Okay,
Yeah,
only
where
some
is
mosques
the
allow it, not all mosques. But either way,
There are
let's
space.
talk about triple talaq. Let's talk about triple talaq, the menace of triple talaq, and that is a
The-
real
the
menace,
menace-
and it still continues.
The triple, hold on, the basic, the basic divorce rate within the Muslim community is less than 0.05%.
So
And within
that should
that,
allow
it's
the
less than,
discrimination of
अरे
triple talaq.
रतन भाई आराम
Does
से
it
बैठो ना
justify?
2 मिनट काहे
से क्या
ऐसे
आराम
इतना
से बात करें?
नाक से
आपसे
बात
But
बात
करते
1
हो
minute, I need to
पूछिएगा
wrap within a
अच्छा,
minute's
करिए
time,
इसमें
please,
आराम
sir.
से
पूछिएगा
बात।
काहे ऐसे करते हैं
आप
आप
मुझे बताइए
बैठिए 1 मिनट बैठिए सुनिए अब लोगों की बात
Do you
सुनिएगा
want to put
सिर्फ
women in
अपना कहते
shrouds? You
रहते हो
want people
व्हाट्सएप
to
पे यूनिवर्सिटी ले लिया
escape?
कितना बोलेंगे
I barely have a minute. Nizam, please speak.
अरे भाई ये हाँ जी see very simple it's the divorce rate within the Muslim community is about 0.05%. Within that it's a very meager small percentage of people may have called triple talaq, but believe me it is known as a sin to divorce your wife in Islam. That's the
But it
last
still
and the
happens
last
rampantly.
it happens everywhere in every community. It is not
Okay.
about Muslim.
No, but why is Siddaramaiah not talking about the dirt within
Very,
Islam or
very clear
Christianity?
stuff. No,
That's the question
I'm
being
not
asked.
mixing. Nabila, let's be mature about it. Let's not speak about two religions on the statement made by Siddaramaiah. Siddaramaiah ji is talking about the social justice within a community, how it can be eradicated, how people from the lowest of the lowest order can be raised to a level of sustenance. That's what we are speaking about. When we give Graha Lakshmi, Graha Jyoti and free bus pass to the
You
people.
said-
You know,
Okay,
listen,
okay.
BJP
Final
because
word,
inequality
Sir
by
Bhaskar,
discrimination.
your
you
final
know what
word.
BJP says? You know what BJP says? Why are you?
Do you want to have
giving these
reservation after
poor
conversion
people?
also?
And then hold on, Bhaskar bhai, you cannot argue, you cannot win a, you cannot.
He's
win a
asking you a
debate.
question. Do you want to continue with reservation after conversion also?
You want to have reservation after conversion?
If people are, if the moment people are up to the level of sustenance, I don't think so anybody takes. Why are you people feeling so pinched about some very poor people taking reservation? Don't feel so bad about it, right? It's the Brahmins and the upper caste just
Not
are
poor,
about 10%.
not poor.
So you want the
We are
entire
talking of
100% of
those
the
who
pie.
want
I think it
discrimination
is
to go.
injustice. Don't be like
Don't
this.
mix up
Don't
argument.
be atiya se
Listen,
gati
Nizam,
kedo,
you today are
atiya
part-
se
Reservation
gati
is
kedo.
based
Don't
on
mix
economic
arguments.
strata, your economic standing.
social-
It shouldn't be based on community and caste. If it's happening anywhere, let's hope that changes. But that apart, this is a separate story, and well, you had Nizam justifying it for whatever it is. I appreciate all of our panelists joining us. I'm really short on time, but thank you very much to shed light on this. All right, let me cut across to our top story here on Day Tonight. Very tragic story. A 52-year-old man, 52-year-old Navjot Singh, Deputy Secretary in the Union Finance Ministry's Department of Economic Affairs, has died after his bike was crashed into by a BMW car. His wife is currently battling for her life. Both were returning from Bangla Sahib Gurudwara when tragedy struck near Delhi Cantonment Metro. A BMW rammed into their motorcycle. The impact was so severe that Singh was left fighting for survival. But what happened next was really shocking. The car driven by Gaganpreet Gaganpreet and her husband Parikshit Kakkar were driving the car. They did not rush the man who was profusely bleeding to the nearest hospital. What they decided was to take him to a hospital owned by their family members. They drove nearly 19 kilometers, nearly an hour, to New Life Hospital in GTB Nagar, a facility where her father is a partner, we believe. And that's where he got him admitted. And by the time he lost his life, Delhi police is suspecting here that this was no coincidence. Section 238A of the BNS, destruction and concealment of evidence, has been filed, added to the FIR there. The probe now looks at whether this diversion was the reason to why the man lost his life. He was a senior official within the finance ministry, and in fact, many of the onlookers claim that the car crashed into the bike, and soon after you had a lot of people trying to help the people in the BMW and less the people on the bike. And worse is that the people in the BMW decided to take the man 1 hour away to another hospital to get him treated instead of the nearest hospital. His son, in fact, the man who passed away, his son alleges absolute negligence. Eyewitnesses also say that timely care could have certainly saved the man. But delays is what resulted in his death, and also clearly shows a bid to cover up. It was an attempt to erase evidence, is what the police suspect. Both the accused have been arrested. The Central Secretariat Services Forum is demanding nothing short of a thorough probe and justice for the grieving family. All right, we begin with dramatic scenes here from Bengaluru, where a Hindi Divas celebration turned chaotic after protests by Kannada activists. The KRV, in fact, barged into a Hindi Divas celebration organized in Bengaluru. It was organized by the railway department at a private hotel near Gandhinagar. Was disrupted by these activists from the Karnataka Rakshana Vedike team, led prominently by women members, who stormed into the venue and started raising slogans, pushing and shoving people. The activists raised slogans against the promotion of Hindi and went on to tear banners and display shields. But ironically, the banner also had Kannada written on it. Well, panic gripped the hall as attendees scrambled out amid that commotion. Police arrived quickly, but not before a heated exchange broke out between the protesters and the officials. The activists were eventually detained and removed from the premises, bringing the situation under control. The protesters once again highlighted, of course, linguistic faults that run deep in Karnataka. Pro-Kannada groups entirely opposing Hindi and claim that this is nothing but Hindi imposition, celebrating Hindi Divas by the railways, which is in fact a central department. For now, the railway department's Hindi Divas event stands overshadowed by this controversy, but one should know that the railways is governed by the central government, and Hindi Divas was an internal celebration that they had, but it seems like the KRV made it a point to show their reservation, and a banner that had Kannada written on it also they tore. All right, looking at Bengaluru, we turn now to Bengaluru's footpaths, or the lack of them. A viral video by a Canadian national in Bengaluru, he was taking a video, has really embarrassed the city. Sparked a lot of talk around how poor Bengaluru's roads are. There's basically no footpath. Forget broken footpath, there's no footpath at all. That's what it looks like. The video shows how hard it is to even walk a 2.5 kilometer on Majestic's broken footpath. That's gone viral across social media. This Canadian taking that video and putting it out. And you had now finally the GBA, former BBMP, now GBA, who's jumped in to fix this. Basically, the response was the GBA completely fixing that patch with immediate effect. And also the commissioner of the central GBA authority, Rajendra Cholan, personally joined the private volunteers to clean up that stretch and fixed whatever was broken. In a symbolic gesture, he even sat on the pavement and ate some snacks there to prove that the walkway had been improved. The Canadian national was brought back to the site then and shown that, see, look what we did thanks to your video and whatnot. But many questions being asked whether this was really necessary, the optics of it. Why did we need a foreigner to come and tell us that your roads are bad, fix it? But well, thanks to the foreigner, at least it's fixed. But I'm going to play a small snippet of what happened there.
This is the first of many problematic spots on this journey that I took from Majestic to Starbucks. You can see it took me about 30 minutes, 2.4 kilometers. It's a nice little walk if you can actually use the footpath, which in many cases, unfortunately, you can't. So this is the first.
Caleb, hi. This was the footpath which was full of urine, which you could not walk on. And what do you see out here? What's going on?
This is incredible. It's amazing to see everybody sitting and eating in the same place where there was trash, there was urine, there was barbed wire. You couldn't even walk on this place.
And who are these people?
These are all volunteers coming out to clean things up, make the city better.
So he's the commissioner of the corporation under this. So
thank you so much. Thank you so much for acting quickly.
It is my duty to do that one.
All right, finally, let me cut across to United States President Donald Trump has reacted strongly to the grisly killing of Chandra Nagamallayya, the Indian man from Karnataka who was brutally beheaded in United States, Dallas. In fact, Donald Trump has now promised to prosecute the accused to the fullest extent of the law, charging him with murder in first degree and vowing to make America safe again, saying that his administration will not be soft on illegal immigrant criminals. This is a man, very sad, Dallas motel manager, 50-year-old Chandramouli Nagamallayya from Karnataka. He was hacked to death by his co-worker in front of his wife and son. That's how the video shows the man literally running away from that accused, and the accused with a machete chased after him and literally beheaded him in front of his wife. The accused is a 37-year-old Cuban immigrant, Yordanis Cobos Martinez. That's his image there on our screens. In fact, he attacked the Indian after an argument broke out about some issue at the motel. His wife and 18-year-old son tried to intervene, but they were pushed aside. The accused then literally cut off Chandramouli's head, and he held the head in his hand and walked around. And you see the head rolling there. There you have it. He's kicking it. It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking and gut-wrenching. The Consulate General of India in Houston has expressed absolute shock. Officials are providing all possible assistance to the family. A senseless act of violence there over a minor workplace dispute really shows the state of law and order in the United States. On that note, it's a wrap on this edition. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great night.
ट्रस्टेड लॉयर शर्मा जी ने अपने दीवारों पर जेके मैक्स पेंट्स क्या लगवाया? अजीब अजीब बहाने लेकर आने लगे पड़ोसी उनका घर देखने।
हाय शर्मा जी, एक रील बना लूं उस ब्यूटीफुल सी वॉल के पास।
हमारा टॉमी नहीं मिल रहा, यहाँ आया होगा।
मुझे गर्मा गर्म पकौड़े।
जेके मैक्स पेंट्स, खुशियों के रंग।